How's it going, everyone? This is Sherv back. I'm on to catch up on an idea that I had months ago. I'm going to talk about the Arista Freedom label. And it was at least 6 months ago. I had a back and forth with Gary, Cosmic Pickle, in the comments about the Arista Freedom reissues, and at that time I told him I'd get on it, and here it is 6 months later. Yeah, this is a very interesting label. Arista Freedom reissues from the mid-70s. I believe they came out with these during 75, 76, and 77. And it was a project of Michael Kaskuna, who was very busy at the time. I mean, he was doing stuff for the Muse label. He was putting together the Blue Note reissue series, the twofers that were coming out at that time, and I think maybe even the Verve twofers. So he was a busy guy then. And one thing that's been always been a little confusing to me about the Arista Freedom releases is where they were getting all their sources from. The Freedom label was a subsidiary of Black Lion out of the UK. So they were reissuing, in the mid-70s, they were reissuing some older recordings from the 60s, but also putting out newer material. And they were reissuing stuff from Black Lion, a few different labels, I believe. Even the Fontana label, there were a few of them. So I'm gonna go through these. If anyone else happens to know more information about these releases, feel free to let me know. I have these alphabetically, with the exception of what's playing in the background. This is Andrew Hill, and this is basically what they all look like. Is this frame work around here with usually some kind of artwork. Every once in a while it's photographs. But this is Andrew Hill live at Montreux, 1975, solo piano. And I think this is one of those, or this is one of those that was released fresh at the time. And they usually don't have notes. Some do, a lot of them don't. That's great cover art, but that doesn't look like Andrew Hill at all. So I don't know about that. There he is. And they all came with the inner sleeves, with the releases, some of the titles. I have about 20, I think, somewhere in that range. And there's still a few I need to get. I don't have the Marion Brown duets. A couple of Cecil Taylors I'd like to get, Indent and Silent Tongues, which I can't believe I don't have. But one thing about these is they're hard to come by in excellent condition. and like Silent Tongues, I've seen it many times over the years, but I've never seen it in the condition I want, especially for a solo piano record. But yeah, there's a couple of Roswell Rudds I'd like to get. Roland Hanna, and a few of these have been reissued in recent years. The Roland Hanna, Perugia was reissued a couple years ago. I think a Julius Hemphill was reissued. Maybe a Human Arts Ensemble, and that's it. But I don't know how they're picking and choosing to reissue these. And for the most part, these are all very cheap, $10 or less, with a few exceptions, and I'll point those out as I go along. And oh yeah, before I get into those, this is what the original layout of the Freedom releases look like. This is Albert Ayler, Vibrations, Don Cherry, Gary Peacock, and Sonny Murray. This is a reissue, but I think these are what the original Freedom releases look like. So we'll go through here, and I can't say exactly what labels these were originally released on, because the albums, most of them don't have that information on here. This is Gatto Barbieri and Donald Dollar Brand, Confluence, sax and piano. Excellent stuff here. Gatto Barbieri really wails on this at times, but it's still listenable. Oh yeah, Dollar Brand plays cello also. And this is a recording from '68. And again, it might have been Black Lion originally. Maybe Freedom again, I can't say for sure. And then I do have this Marion Brown, Porto Novo. It's a trio with Martin van Rechteben bass and Han Benink drums. This is fabulous. Recorded in '67. All it says is a Black Lion Freedom recording. Guessing this was originally on Freedom. And Arista took over those releases, and most of these are out. They're not straight jazz kind of titles, and that's the direction they were going in with these. And a couple of Stanley Cowell's, Blues for the Viet Cong, which is a trio. Steve Novosel, bass, Jimmy Hobbs, drums. This was recorded in 1969. And excellent album right here. Brilliant Circles. With Woody Shaw, Tyrone Washington, Bobby Hutcherson, Reggie Workman, and Joe Chambers. This is a brilliant album. If I could go with the title, Brilliant Circles. Oh yeah. This is actually my second copy. This has happened to me twice, where sometimes when I go, I used to do this, I don't anymore because I've learned my lesson. When I go to flip the record, I try, I used to try to be a little fancy just for myself and try to be smooth about it. And I remember going to flip the record on this a number of years ago, and I dropped it, and it hit the tile floor and broke. So then I had to get another copy, and it happened to another album, Elvin Jones, his Riverside record. Same thing happened. So I now have a thick rug right here too, in case of those accidents. But yeah, excellent record. And this may have gone up in price, but I still don't think it should be more than $20. So Stanley Cowell, 2 Stanley Cowells, excellent stuff. And a couple of Ted Cursons. Tears for Dolphy, This one I know is originally on the Fontana label, where they came out with like New York Contemporary 5, I think John Chikai, kind of a rainbow colored drawings of the main personnel on the covers. And so this is recorded in '64. I believe shortly after Eric Dolphy passed. But this is excellent also. Ted Curson, trumpet, of course. Bill Barron, great tenor saxophonist, Bill Barron. Herb Bushler and Dick Burke. There's Curson. Beautiful pianoless quartet. And then this one, Flip Top, is the same lineup. One side is the same lineup as Tears for Dolphy. The other side is a big band recorded at the Yugoslavia Jazz Festival, I believe also in '64. And the arranger on the big band stuff is Zita Carno, who she was famous for, known for transcribing John Coltrane's solo in Giant Steps. Flip Top. Again, I think these are cheap. Seen this recently for like $8. Then George Russell presents Jan Garbarek, Esoteric Circle. Sorry about the glare. And this is 1969 with Terje Ripdahl on guitar, Harold Anderson bass, and Jan Christensen drums. Fantastic album here. I think a lot of people are familiar with this. Again, I don't know what this originally came out on. Must be the Freedom label. And yeah, this is a wild ride right here. Esoteric Circle. And Hampton Hawes has a few releases on this. A Little Copenhagen Night Music. And recorded in '71. Live Copenhagen with Henry Franklin on bass, Michael Carvin drums, and Dexter Gordon plays tenor on one track, Dexter's Deck, which is smoking. Yeah, this is excellent. And it's hard to come across these Arista Freedom releases without a cutout notch. It seems like they all have at least the little notch, but this cut corner here seems like they're always there. There's Hampton Hawes, and a couple of my favorites. Julius Hemphill, Doggone AD. This might have been, well, I can't remember which one of these has been reissued recently. But both of these are like companion albums. Recorded in '72, and this one is '72 and '75. And there's a song on here, The Hard Blues, which is, just, to me, out of this world. So you have Julius Hemphill, alto, Black Arthur Blythe, also on alto, Hamiet Blewett, baritone, Abdul Wadud, cello, Barry Allschull drums, and on congas, Daniel Ben Zebulon. And that's side one. Side two is same lineup is on this whole album. Bakita Carroll trumpet, Hamiet Blewett baritone, Abdul Wadud cello, Philip Wilson drums. And side two is recorded in '72. All of this is recorded in '72 in St. Louis, and this is side one, 1975. Kuhn Bidness and Doggone AD. And these have gone up in price a little bit, I notice, which is unbelievable to me. The pressings on these, the actual vinyl, they're not that great. You can kind of picture your typical mid-70s pressings, but the sound is excellent. But the vinyl itself is a little flimsy. And go on to Human Arts Ensemble. They have 2 albums. Under the Sun and Whisper of Dharma. And this is I believe, recorded in St. Louis also, 72. Charles Bobo Shaw on drums, Joseph Bowie, trombone, Oliver Lake, James Marshall, Gene Lake, and Bakita Carroll. Again, I think this one is the same, pretty much the same lineup. This was recorded in 72, this was recorded in 73. And this one has Marty Elric also on sax. Excellent out there stuff, but not too free or too frenetic. And a couple of Oliver Lakes, NTU, Point from Which Creation Begins, and Heavy Spirits. Yeah, and awesome stuff. This was recorded in 75 with Oludora on trumpet, beautiful. Donald Smith piano, Stafford James bass, and Victor Lewis drums. And I think there's a solo sax track on here. This is really nice. Oliver Lake is part of the World Saxophone Quartet. I think a lot of these with Julius Hemphill. And this one is recorded in 71. St. Louis, Bakita Carroll again, Floyd LaFleur, Joseph Bowie again, John Hicks on piano, Charles Bobo Shaw drums, Don Moy conga. And these are relatively cheap. Yeah, great stuff. And Dewey Redman, Look for the Black Star. Awesome. Yeah, and the cutout. This was recorded in 1966 in San Francisco with Donald Garrett on bass, famous for his Coltrane recordings, Ohm. Eddie Moore drums, Jim Young piano. Dewey Redman, of course, was with Ornette Coleman. And this one, Archie Shepp, Montreux 1. There's a Montreux 1 and a Montreux 2. I only have Montreux 1. And this might be an original Freedom release because it doesn't have the Arista on it. And so that's the label. Recorded in 1975, Montreux. This is a great record. I should get the second one. Great version of Lush Life, Ujamaa, Crucificato, Miss Tony, with Charles Greenlee on trombone, Dave Burrell piano, Cameron Brown bass, and Beaver Harris drums. This is highly recommended. And again, very affordable. And there's a Dave Burrell double I'd like to get that I don't have. Cecil Taylor. Again, I want Indent and Silent Tongues. This one is Nefertiti. The Beautiful One Has Come. It's a double with Jimmy Lyons and Sonny Murray. Get rid of that glare. There's the inside. I like this cover. This was recorded 1962 in Copenhagen, Montmartre, and it's a trio, and this is Jimmy Lyons. He is outstanding. Alto sax. Does he only play alto on here? Yeah. Sonny Murray drums. Fantastic band here. Wow. version of What's New on here. Yeah. Again, I think these are cheap. I found this maybe 2-3 years ago. $8, something like that, for this double. And I need to replace these inner sleeves. I have a lot of, I just got a new pack. This is what the Arista Freedom label looks like. 20 minutes. Let's wrap this up here. Charles Tolliver, Paperman, The Ringer. Again, just more brilliant stuff. Paperman has Gary Bartz, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Joe Chambers. It's recorded in '68. And there's a beautiful, haunting song on here called Peace with Myself. Paperman, of course. And The Ringer is a quartet with Stanley Cowell, Steve Novosel, Jimmy Hops. And he does Plight, which he did with Jackie McLean on a Blue Note record, and On the Nile, which is also recorded with Jackie McLean. This is from '64. Yeah, killer stuff there. Again, cheap heat. And a couple of Mal Waldrons, Blues for Lady Day, and Signals. These are both solo pianos. This was recorded in Holland, 1971. This was recorded in 1972 in Holland. Mal Waldron, one of my favorite pianists. Excellent stuff here. Again, cheap stuff there. And the last one, Randy Weston, Carnival, with Billy Harper. There are only 3 tracks on here. Billy Harper plays on 2 of them. The other one is a solo piano. Mystery of Love takes up all of side 2, and Billy Harper is just fire. Yeah, with William Allen bass, Don Moy drums, and Steve Berrios on added percussion. Recorded in Montreux, 1974. Randy Weston, great album. Again, I see this here and there, like $5, $6. These, you can't beat it. Because, especially because of the content. It's just, these albums are really powerful for the most part. Not your average jazz albums. And even those Mal Waldron piano solo albums are they're not your typical sounding jazz playing. He tries to go out a little. But yeah, that's the Arista Freedom. I hope that was satisfactory. Again, I don't know if I know the whole story 100% with them, but yeah, I love their releases. I figure, I think I'm going to just, whenever I see them, if I don't have it, I get it. And there's that inner. Alright, coming up on 24 minutes. Thanks for hanging out. Everyone take care.